Have you ever wondered how you can unlock the financial potential of your home without moving out? Maybe you've heard of equity release, but you're not sure if it'll work for you. Today, I'll discuss a tool that can start to answer those questions. The Equity Release Calculator. This is my ultimate guide on how an equity release calculator works and how it can help you understand the lifetime mortgage process. If you're unfamiliar with equity release, it's a method of borrowing for older people who own their residential home without any debt secured against it. It allows them to borrow significant amounts when they otherwise might not be able to due to their age. And the best part, you don't even have to make any monthly repayments. Equity release plans are unique because the money borrowed against the equity is only repaid to the lender when the last surviving homeowner passes away or moves out of the property into an aged care facility or equivalent. When either of these situations prevails, the lender can force the sale of the home to recover the money owed. The most common type of equity release plan in the UK is called a lifetime mortgage, but there is another plan called a home reversion scheme. But like any financial product, not everyone can be approved. You can be turned down for an equity release plan for many reasons, including if you don't meet the lender's age requirements or if the property is valued below a certain amount. Certain aspects of a property can also result in an equity release rejection. If you don't meet the eligibility criteria for equity release, then don't worry, there are other options available to you. For example, you could downsize, sell your assets, or maybe even get a lodger. However, the most common alternative to equity release is remortgaging. And now for the tool that will help you make sense of it all, the Equity Release Calculator. So what is an equity release calculator? Well, it's an online tool designed to give homeowners a bit of an idea about how much money they could potentially release from their property through an equity release scheme. Here's my step-by-step guide to using an equity release calculator. Access the calculator. Find an equity release calculator online. These are typically provided on the websites of financial service providers or independent financial advice sites. Input personal details. You'll be asked to enter some personal information. Now, this often includes your age and the estimated value of your property. This information is essential as it impacts how much money you can release from your home. Health and lifestyle details. Some calculators may ask about your health and lifestyle, as some providers may allow you to release more equity if you have certain health conditions or lifestyle habits. Equity release type. You may be asked to specify the type of equity release scheme that you're interested in, either a lifetime mortgage or a home reversion plan. Calculate. After you've entered all the necessary information, you can click to calculate. The calculator will use the information that you've provided to estimate the maximum amount that you could potentially release from your home. Review results. The calculator will provide you with an estimate. Now remember, this is only a rough estimate and the actual amount might be higher or lower. So why use an equity release calculator? Well, equity release calculators can be useful for getting an initial idea of whether equity release could be a viable option for you and how much money you might be able to release. It can help you decide whether it's worth pursuing further advice and quotations from equity release providers. Things to consider. Now remember, the results provided by an equity release calculator are only estimates. The actual amount that you can release will depend on various factors, including the provider's terms and conditions, current interest rates, and your individual circumstances. The exact amount that you can release will depend on the specific terms of the equity release provider. You can get a rough estimate using an online equity release calculator, which will ask for details, things like your age, the value of your home, and details about your health and lifestyle. Again, like I said earlier, this will give you an estimate of how much you might be able to borrow. Standard lifetime mortgages will allow the homeowner to take a loan equivalent to 20% to 60% of their home equity. The percentage of equity that you're able to access process with an equity release plan usually depends on the value of the property, its anticipated future value, and your age. The standard interest rate applied to a lifetime mortgage is between 2% and 8%. And it's also worth noting that the interest is likely to be compounding, meaning that it gets added to the debt each month. So over time, this can make the debt grow quicker. An important distinction to make in equity release is between rolled up interest and pay monthly interest. Rolled up interest isn't paid back each month, whereas pay monthly interest is repaid each month, as the name suggests. This can affect how your debt grows over time. While you might have heard some horror stories about equity release, rest assured that these plans are regulated by the FCA, that's the Financial Conduct Authority, and especially members of the Equity Release Council. The council commits lenders to provide guarantees to homeowners, ensuring that the lender can't take more than 100% of the property's future sale proceeds. Keep in mind that equity release calculators should be used as a guide only. Even calculators on lender sites aren't always 100% accurate, but they tend to be more accurate than loan calculators. These calculators will give you a rough estimate and help you understand the process better. So don't wait, the financial freedom that you've been dreaming of could just be a click away. Remember, financial decisions are significant and it's crucial to understand the full implications before making any commitments. Always consult with a professional for personalised advice. If you're interested in seeing if you could release equity, simply click the link and fill out the short form. It's the link below. It contains a few questions like your property value and your date of birth, and it'll give you access to quotes tailored to your circumstance. It's totally free to fill out, and of course it won't affect your credit score. So click the link below, fill out the short form and give it a try.